is Benita Washington. I live at 903 Drive, Valdosta. First, I'd like to thank you for giving me this platform to be heard. Second, I would like to thank the TRCs for their unrelenting support on my project. When I first came to them for help, I didn't have a clue as to how to start this process and what to expect. They held my hand and guided me every step of the way. It's not often that you find such a reliable team. And I want to thank you all. You're very much appreciated. Commissioners, I'm very excited about my project. According to the Laos Greater Comprehensive Plan, my project is in compliance with the goals and policies of Laos County. I understand the concerns of the neighbors, and I am willing to address their concerns. I am willing to adjust the lot sizes and to work with them. I just want you to give me the opportunity to move forward with my project as all other subdivisions before me, to make this a win-win for Laos County and myself. Thank you.
Ms. Washington, thank you so much for coming and for having the courage to undertake such a project. You know, in preparing for this public hearing, you know, there's a lot of noise, and there was a lot of factors that people kept sort of throwing at us. But the only thing before this commission is, you know, what is not before this commission is whether you have the money for the project, whether you know, have the money for the road or anything else. That none of that is before the commission, because that's, as a business owner, that I don't want the government involved in how much money I have. And so the only thing before us is land use. And so received a letter from you today saying that you were willing to address some of the lot sizes that abut Meadowwoods, maybe change those to 1 acre. And I know that I can't speak for Commissioner Powell or Evans, but my immediate concerns are, number one, there's nothing preventing you from developing this into 1 acre lots. But what I'd like to know is whether or not you know, you've spoken to an engineer or a developer that can tell you whether or not, you know, you've got a legitimate subdivision feasible with those 1 acre lots. You've got a lot of water, you know, a lot of those 2 detention ponds. So that's a question that I would like answered, because I would like to see it remain at 1 acre if possible to protect the values of Meadowwoods. If there were maybe a natural barrier between your property and Meadowwoods, like a body of water or, you know, acres of trees, but right now it's just a property line. So for my part, and I'll stop talking and let the other commissioners talk. For my part, I would almost like to see you come back with another plat and address the concerns that they have, and assure your neighbors in Meadowwoods that your project wouldn't adversely affect their property values. Because honestly, I don't think it's anyone else's business whether or not you've got enough money to do the project. Because we could rezone it, and it could sit R21 for the next 100 years. So the only thing before us is whether or not to approve it for that land use. So I would like to see us table it if the other commissioners are open to that. But what do you think about that?
That'd be fine. I can tell you that the land is very dry. I mean, I've walked that land myself. I mean, there is a creek that's in the back on the northeast side, but as far as water on the land, there's not a lot of water on that land anymore. Okay. Yeah. I am working with an engineer. I'm working with a local engineering company, and they are currently doing the perk test, you know, the soil. So we are getting that work done right now.
Would you be willing to have another plat drawn up to address those concerns? Because I think for my part, with the conditions that are there, I would be interested in a third condition that you move forward with whatever proposed plat that you give us to make sure that we are protecting your neighbor's investments. So I would like to to table it, but I'll be quiet with the other commissioners, ask questions of you and see if they feel the same.
I think the same. Ms. Washington, you stated in your letter that you was willing to look at it. So you talked with Mr. Range, I think.
Any other question, Ms. Washington?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we table this to another meeting, give Ms. Washington time to talk to her engineer, and if you'll see me after the meeting, I think we've got an executive session maybe we're going to, but after the meeting, if you'll see me, I'll give you my information, and that way you and I can be in contact. I live just down the road from you, so I'll make sure we're talking, and I don't want this to be the only time you interact with us. That's okay. But I do move that we table the issue.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any other discussion?